One of the sounds I see students struggle with the most is the letter L, but in a specific location at the ends of words. So today what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at how to weaken L sounds at the end, because very often these are L sounds that are reduced, weak, and fast because they're honestly not the stressed part. Good morning, guys. Good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show, which is Wake Up American. We are here getting a video up for you between the hours 7 to 8 a.m. New York to make sure that you can get in your 5 to 10 minutes of pronunciation practice for today. And to guide you in that process, there's me. Hi, my name's Jeff, or Rise of Breath. That's one of the 4 keys to natural sound: mood placement, pitch, breath. Trying to weaken your consonant sounds in order to strengthen your vowel sounds. This final L sound we're talking about today is not going to sound like L, where you might be having some heavy contact with your tongue and your top front tooth. No, instead, this L sound is going to sound a little bit more like oh, with the tip of my tongue right now when I'm doing that down actually against my bottom front tooth. You can have it higher too if you want, but for me, I'm doing it down here. And again, notice it doesn't actually sound like a consonant. It sounds a lot more like a vowel sound, right? It sounds like oh. This is what's called a dark L. And this dark L allows you to allow a lot more air to pass through your body and to soften that consonant sound. Because like I said, one of the 4 concepts for American English is breath. We want a lot of air moving through. We're also trying to weaken consonant sounds. And the L sound can be pretty strong if you're doing that L. So, because this L sound at the end, we're almost turning more into a vowel. And because this L sound as well is typically a reduced part of our word, it's going to be, again, very soft, very weak, very light. For instance, a word like trouble. Notice I'm not saying trouble, really kind of blocking off breath and also sending my placement really high. Instead, I'm ending with an versus an Hear that difference? I'm aiming instead for that sound. Excuse me. Okay, it's like trouble. Now, if you have trouble doing that, if you have trouble saying trouble, what you can do is imagine you're almost like whispering that final syllable. It's like tra. Make sure you're not saying bo, because that's too heavy. We're trying to be as soft as possible. It's going to feel a little bit strange if you're not used to weakening your consonant sounds, because a lot of other languages have some pretty heavy consonants. So we're kind of wanting to lean into that strange feeling a little bit. You may be nervous that no one can even hear it. What I would say is like, hey, record yourself. Talk to a native speaking friend and say, hey, can you hear me when I say this? Or don't even say that maybe even just like say a couple of words. I'll give you a couple words to say. Repeat after me. Trouble, left, reliable, several, excitable, lovable. You can hear again all of those weaker bowl sounds. Record yourself saying that and give it to one of your native speaking friends and say, hey, do you understand what words I'm saying? And see if they give you any comments. You may be surprised by the response. Okay, we don't have to make these things as clear as we may be used to. One of the things I need us to understand is that when you talk, there's always going to be context around the words you say. So your listener isn't actually listening to hear you pronounce everything perfectly. It's the opposite. They're just listening for you to give them enough information for their brain to fill in the rest of the picture. So these reduced parts of words can be very soft and weak. So again, some of those words you may want to practice again. We can do it soft and then speed it up. Let's use the word again, trouble again. It's like trouble. You see what we're doing? We're starting slow and then speeding up. How about let's do that with the word level? It's like level. Okay, so again, going weaker there as well. Let's do one more. Reliable. Practice this, guys. Let me know how it goes for you and which one of those words you find to be the most difficult. And hey, thanks for hanging out with me. There's a lot of pronunciation resources out there, so the fact you're here, it's appreciated. I'll see you guys later. Hope you have a good day, have a good night, a good afternoon.